Because, as I say, the Prime Minister has been in Blackpool today, where we are, and he's been talking to lots of people. And you're right in pointing out, this is the part of the country. Frankly, this is a city that needs levelling up. I think 8 of the 10 most deprived parts of the country are in Blackpool.
Absolutely, that's the case.
What is levelling up? How can we measure it? How can you turn around in 2.5 years' time to your constituents and say that we've started to level up, we've done this, this and this, that you can actually notice?
Levelling up for me is 2 parts. Firstly, it's making sure that a child in Blackpool has the same life chances as a child in Brighton, Bournemouth or Bedford, for example. So what does that mean? Well, it means more money going into schools to make sure they're getting the support and the skills they need. Blackpool's one of the new education investment areas. It means more money in the NHS, local mental health services, to close the disproportionate gaps in life expectancy between places like Blackpool and the south. So all that investment is going in terms of more money to public services. The second side of that is a more immediate aspect to levelling up. So when we leave this hotel, what can we see? Where's the new regeneration opportunities? Where are the new businesses? And on that side of the coin, Blackpool has a brilliant story to tell. £40 million extra from the government in a towns deal, the largest single towns deal of any town in the country. And I've just been with the Prime Minister and Michael Gove, and we've been looking at some of the projects on the ground where we're already seeing projects kick-started, spades in the ground, and that regeneration being delivered. Scott, and that's levelling up to me.
You know what I want to say here? Well, one of the tangible things might be, for example, the high street.
Yes.
I walked along the promenades, in fact, we're just seeing it on the TV now, earlier on today, and there was a Woolworths. It still had the sign up, an old Woolworths store. Woolworths closed in 2009. You got elected, or this government, the Conservative Party, were elected in 2010, 12 years ago. That store is still empty. A Woolworths store in the city, still empty. How can local people or anyone across the country believe that the Conservative Party are going to level up when you've had 12 years in power? And frankly, physically, like in this city, things don't seem to have changed at all.
Well, let's put this conversation into context. Blackpool's had a Labour MP before I was elected in a Labour council for years and years.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, governments run the country.
Well, people didn't trust those Labour politicians to deliver levelling up because they'd been here for years when we'd had a Tory national government, and people kicked them out at the last election because they didn't see any progress on the ground. So things don't happen overnight. The High Street faces challenges. Towns such as Blackpool face systemic challenges on so many different levels. But we have a government here who is putting forward the cash, money where its mouth is, to try and tackle these long-term problems which have persisted for decades. So just where I've been with the Prime Minister today, £17 million for a new tram station, £15 million government investment to the new Winter Gardens, where the Conservative Party will be holding its conference in 6 weeks' time, and other investment opportunities we've seen today. So what we are seeing is real money coming into places like Blackpool for the first time in decades from a Tory government.